Hello, fishes. Just gonna give me 2 seconds while I make sure that we are, good to go. Should I put this here? Is that better? I don't know. I think that's better. Bruce isn't really in the scene today. There. Oh. Have I got sound? Oh, I do. Okay, good. Sweet. Hey guys, Courtney Mermaid here, and welcome back to my channel for another Tail Talk Tuesday, where we talk all things mermaid and I get the hair out of my mouth. Okay, so what I think happened last week was I didn't have my phone on airplane mode, and I think there was stuff going on like behind the scenes, which may have been contributing to the crappiness of the live stream. I'm not sure, but hopefully we don't have the same chaos we had last week. That was really hard to deal with, and I didn't really have a solution for it. So I'm sorry that last week it was a great stream because we had Mermaid Kim here, but it was rough because for whatever reason the stream quality was just like very questionable at best. So hopefully today it's fine. I do the best that I can with what I've got, right? But wow, look at all the fishes in the house today. Hello, everyone. What you doing? Why? I'm live streaming. Don't make crazy noises right now, Eric. Come on. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. I'm sorry, guys. What you doing? What you doing? Because I can hear it really loud. Thank you. Sorry. Thanks. Oh, you guys. Between my neighbor and my husband, it's good times. Okay, we're back. So, the focus is just very real today. Sylvester, hey there, Courtney. I was a huge nervous wreck last night. Oh no, what happened? Oh, you had a nightmare. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. KO221, I'll be there with a smiley face. So these must have been before the live stream started. I've got something going on here. Is it, I want to say Frozier, AG, or I'm not quite sure how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry, but it says I'll be there. Hello, hello. Alakina, Mercedes says, I'll try to join, but I'm in school, so if I don't see you, heart. Well, school is important. Gotta focus on school. Natasha, hey, hey. Katie S, glad I could be here for another Tail Talk. These are so fun to listen to. Yes, when I'm not being horribly distracted by everybody else and their noise between the construction, the neighbor, and Eric is working from home today, and he's moving the fan and stuff. I'm like, what is all this noise? Courtney can't function. Courtney has some attention issues. Katie has, oh yeah, so that was the one I just said. BGL Horses, hi. Moonsong Magic, hello. Mermaid Crystal, hello everyone. Cutie Katie the Mermaid, hi. Mermaid Widget the Mermaid, how's it going, fishy? Jennifer, hello. I'm so excited because a woman named Charlotte, is it Town, who is a swimming instructor, is working with FinFun to make more classes available in Florida and around the world. That's exciting. Mermaid Crystal, hello. Your tails are amazing. Oh, thank you so much. Yay, I made it. Hello, Mermaid Splash. Hello, Canadian Mermaid. Hi. Nice earrings. Oh, yes, yes, yes. These are the very first pair that I ever got from her like years ago now when I was still working in animation. And I actually broke them the very first. Yeah, so what happened was Alfie had to pee and it was raining and I had the umbrella and the umbrella got caught. Like I put it on my shoulder and it ripped the earring out of, like it was a big gust of wind just came up and pulled it right out of my head. And then I phoned Starsh and I was like, I broke. She's like, bring it right over. I'll fix it. I'm like, I love you. I'm so sorry. So for a small fee, she was able to just, because what happened was the post actually broke off in the thing because it literally, like my ear hurt so bad when that happened from my stupid umbrella. I was so mad. So now I'm very careful not to rest anything like on my shoulders when I'm wearing these, especially the long ones. The short ones I don't find I'm as like scared of that happening, but the long ones, because I've got 2 pairs of the long ones, but I love these ones so much because they look kind of like an ocean. They have like little, ocean colors. It's good. Firefly Photography, hello from South Africa. Finally made it. So glad to be here. Welcome, welcome. I'm here. Mermaid Sierra, hello. Stephanie, how's it going, fishy? Siren Sadie's, hey, fishy. Oh, Joseph says, "Hello, how are you? I am doing very well. How are you?" I am also from South Africa. That's awesome. Hello, everyone. Who are you? Who are you? Oh, that's cute. Hello. I love that. That's a thing. That's so cute. Notice you have a Cintiq 21 UX. How is that thing working out for you still? Mine lasted 8 years like a boss. So mine was, I actually traded my little one with a previous friend of mine who had gotten it from a studio sale when they were upgrading. I guess they were upgrading their Cintiqs to newer ones, and so she got a bit of a deal on it. And so that was like, oh god, when was she working? That would have been like 2000 and I went back to school. She was already, we're like 2009 maybe, and the thing was already old then, so it's getting there. It's getting there. Like the connection, the one that you can't change, that's the connection directly from the Cintiq into my tower, is like held up by a bunch of zap straps and stuff that Eric kind of finagled to like make it work so that the screen doesn't like flicker or have like this really weird it's almost like a shadow, like it's pixelated shadow or something. It's very bizarre, but yeah, it's still hanging in there. It's good. I'm going to need to invest eventually in a new one, especially because like all my mermaid work, like the mermaid tail making, I need to have that thing to do what I do. So, you know, we'll see what happens eventually. You have 5 minutes left on your break. Oh no, but thank you for stopping by. Your channel is mermazing. Thank you. I got a Mahina a week ago. That's exciting. How are you liking it? Have you been swimming in it so far? Artsy Annie says, "Hello, Courtney. Greetings from Germany." Oh, is it Annie or Annie? I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. I want to make it with the little accent on there, but from Germany. Welcome, welcome. That's a wee ways away from me. I hope to one day go and visit. It would be nice. It would be cool. And then go to Austria and then maybe see where like my family and stuff is from, because I've never been. I think that's probably like my only childhood regret, and everybody said I would regret it too, is that I never traveled with my grandmother when we were still like able to, because she's like 87 now, so she's not really, you know, traveling around the world anymore. I did travel with her a lot, but not to Austria. How old were you when you started mermaiding? How old was I when I started mermaiding? I guess it depends what you mean by mermaiding. Like, do you mean like legitimately attempted to start making tails, or because I've always thought of myself as kind of Little Mermaid, you know what I mean? Like I've always been doing silly things like wrapping blankets around my legs and pretending to be a mermaid like my whole life. But I started making my first sort of prototype tails like the end of 2006, around there. And then the first painted tails came in 2011, and then printed tails were 2017, I think. Is that right? Is anybody keeping track of my life but me? Excuse me. Yeah, I'm still coughing, by the way. This is week 4 now. This is pretty stupid. Sorry, my nose is still just an absolute gong show. So here we are, doing what we need to do. I need to get a pair of Slug and Kraken earrings. You absolutely do. I am in love, and there's a lot of other companies out there who copy what she does like really closely, and it's really uncool that they do that. So she's been doing this for so long, and her stuff is such good quality, and she does it all by herself, and she has like put herself through so much to do what she does, and she's such a rock star. I feel so lucky that I got to meet her, and then I've gotten to know her over the years, and then I get to support her little business when I can, and she supports what I do, and it's just, yeah, I like, honestly, if I ever win the lottery, like I'm gonna invest in her business. Like obviously I'll invest in my business too, but like I feel like she deserves to have her stuff just take off, because and her new line, Make a Statement, is also on Etsy, and her new earrings are actually insane. Like they're hoops, and they have like ocean scenes or like space odyssey scenes. There was one with dinosaurs in it. Like they're so, you're gonna make a statement wearing that stuff. I feel like a walking advertisement, but seriously, I'm saving up. I'm saving up for the little spaceman with the little astronaut pair, and then there's a pair with orcas in it, and I kind of want that one too. It's gonna happen. Like all my money goes to her. It's like, I want all the things, please. All the earrings, all of them. It was the movie I saw last night. I had a nightmare about it. Oh, okay. I see. I love the spooky, scary stuff. So I did have actually a couple of nightmares last night. Actually, this week has been really awful for sleep and for dreams because I lucid dream. Sometimes my dreams just get a little bit out of control, and then I just, like, in my attempt to fix things, I spend more time in my head doing stuff than I do actually like resting, and it's really not cool. I'm hoping to do a video over sort of the October kind of YouTube season, as it were, talking about that, because I know people have asked, like, how do you lucid dream and what do you dream about, and like, how's it possible, do you have any tips and tricks, and like this kind of thing. So I want to do a video talking about it, like fixing bad dreams, how to do that, and then how to lucid dream, and just all that kind of cool stuff. So I will hopefully do that. I also want to do like a spooky video talking about, oh, I had an experience. I won't share it now because I'm gonna save it for that video, but I was freaked out really bad. Oh my goodness. But I'm gonna do a video talking about any of like the spooky encounters that I have experienced. So stay tuned for that, right? I've looked into the earrings also. Yes, I love them so much. You just got out of class. Excellent. I love you to the depths of the sea and back. Oh, that's really cute. And so fitting for mermaids. I never actually really thought about that, but that's kind of beautiful. That's kind of nice. I like that. Thank you. Hey, I'm finally on when you're live. Yay! Love your, oh, Courtney, love your long hair. Looks awesome. Yeah, it's getting really long, guys. Ow. That was graceful. So it's not straight right now. I took it out of a braid, but it's getting a bit long. Getting a bit long. I will have to give it a trim because like the ends are just kind of a little rotten, but that's, you know, hashtag mermaid life. Like mermaid hair, don't care. What are you gonna do? Shallow all the way from Pittsburgh. Welcome, welcome. I recently filmed a video about all my slug and cracking earrings. Heh, yeah, you did. To the thing. That's excellent. Oh, it's jumping around again. I always lose track of my comments. It's terrible. You would love to make tails like me. Oh, you're so sweet. Thanks for answering my comment. My pleasure. I have a question. Where do you get your fabric from? You guys are so hysterical. I've seen those. I agree. Oh, gotta go. Oh, love you all too. Love you all too. Their next tide. Oh, that's cute. Thoughts on the casting of Hallie as Ariel? You know what? I'm down for it. I'm like, let's do the thing, you know? I'm excited to see where they go with it. I'm looking forward to like an updated new interpretation of that tale. And that tale. Did I just do that? Tale? And I think I'm excited to see also what they do in terms of like this level of CG. How are they going to interpret things underwater? Like I recently saw Aquaman, and I really liked how things looked underwater there, and I was like, that has some potential. So I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful. I'm almost looking forward to it in like a, I don't know, just based off of what I've heard and what I've seen. I think it's going to be a little bit more of like an edgier kind of version of The Little Mermaid, which I think has lots of potential, and I'm super excited to see where they go with it. So I don't want to get my hopes too high because I haven't seen Aladdin yet either, and I'm scared too because I really love the original so much. But I saw The Lion King, and I, unlike the rest of the universe, absolutely loved it and spent the entire movie bawling my eyes out. Actually, the whole movie. I cried the entire movie. By the time I left, I was so puffy. My mom had gone through like all her Kleenex. We're like, well, I guess she's just kept leaning over. She's like, Courtney, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. She said, no, are you sure? Like, do you want to stay? I'm like, I'm fine. This is just a really good movie. So anyway, we'll sort of see how it goes. Until the next tide. That's cute. I lucid dream all the time. Yeah, it's fun, but it's like, it can be really fun, but it can also be really frustrating. You're like, dude, just let me sleep. Please just let me have just no dreams. I just don't want to focus on anything. And sometimes I can, like sometimes I can actually sleep within a dream, which is really trippy and kind of screwy if you wake up and you're still dreaming and then you wake up again and then it's like, how many levels did I, yeah, anyway. Everyone thinks that like, it's just like, what's that movie called? What is that movie called with, didn't it have Leo DiCaprio in it? There was some dream movie. I remember the very first one like that I ever saw was Dreamscape, but that involved like psychics lucid dreaming with other like psychic people, which was really trippy. That movie, it doesn't super hold up, obviously, nowadays, but it's still really good. It had was it Dennis Quaid in it, and I enjoyed that one. But oops. Hey Courtney, cleaning my kitchen right now. Yeah, really snacking and watching you. You're so cute. Hey everybody. A lot of weird dreams and it makes me feel like I'm not really human, but something else. I felt that way before too. It's super crazy. Pegasus Springs Muses. I'm wearing my Slug and Kraken purple jellyfish glow in the dark earrings. I love them. That's awesome. Such pretty long mermaid hair looks amazing. Oh, thanks guys. Fintail Fusions has a new pattern to play with on their online tail designer. Sweet. They can do koi stuff now. That's exciting. I have never actually looked that up, so I have no frame of reference. Now what are they doing outside? So there's like a, I don't know if it's going to be an apartment complex or just a townhouse complex that's going up, but it's been construction all summer and it sounds like dinosaurs that live, but not in like a good way, but like dinosaurs roaming the streets. It's crazy. I would love to make tails full time, but I need to get mine first. Yeah, for sure. So sorry I have to go, but thank you so much for answering me. Love your amazing channel. Thank you. Inception. Thank you. I knew somebody would know. I've seen Aquaman 2. It was great. I really loved Aquaman. Really loved that movie. Like a stupid amount. And I didn't see it in theaters actually. We ended up getting it when it came out and then watching it and I was like, I feel like such an idiot. I should have seen this in theaters because it was freaking amazing. So good. Love the shark. Yes, Bruce makes an appearance. Literally just drew fan art of you. Oh, thank you. So sweet. Did you and Alfie do anything special for Dog Day? I actually didn't even know it was Dog Day, National Dog Day. I just missed it completely. So poor Alfie. Poor Alfie's good as no love. But I spend like every waking minute with Alfie pretty much. The only reason he's not in here is he was having a little anxiety attack earlier. So I've kept him out there so he could calm down. Because sometimes he feeds off of my nervous energy and then it's just like a cycle. And then I get anxious seeing him be anxious and then it all just kind of goes to hell from there. So baby shark, ha ha ha. Yeah, that's my Bruce. Bruce still hasn't had his fluff like transplant yet, so he's still getting kind of like, he's very squishy, but I love Bruce. Bruce and shark bait, that's what we call him. Also, can I hear your opinions on short mermaid hair? Heck to the yeah. In 2016, if you go back, I actually had hella short hair. I had hair to like here. And the reason I cut it all off was because I'd had a car accident and my long hair was just too heavy and it was too frustrating. Like every time I'd have to go for physio or I'd have to go and I'd have to use like machines and things and massagers and whatnot. It was just a real pain in the fluke. So I was like, yep. We're cutting it all off and I like literally cut off like that much of my hair and it was very, very the stress and it was good. I don't really feel like short hair suits me like it used to when I was younger. I mean, when I was a teenager, short hair looked pretty good on me and now I just feel like I just miss the long hair, kind of balances me out. Or my face, I have a pretty long face. But short hair I think is actually how mermaids would do it. I think honestly, if I had to live in the water, like we're talking permanent, full-time, no land vacation for this mermaid, I'd cut it all off. I'd be like, there's no way I am living in the water with this mop attached to my hand that gets stuck in everything, gets in my eyes, up my nose, in my mouth, that becomes one big matted, naughty mess. Like if you haven't seen, I did a nightly like mermaid get unready with me video, and I talked about sort of my skincare routine and my hair care routine after swimming. So like how I, you know, and then where do I put all of my tail and stuff. Like, so I actually went through the full thing. So like my self-care and then like mermaid self-care to like at the end of my day. And I did a video on that, and literally it was not trying to be funny. I actually had just a big knot. So there's me like trying to pull my hair tie out of it, and it hurts so bad. The face I'm making is not me trying to be cute. It's like genuine pain. I'm like, oh, this is good, and I'm filming this. Yay! So I would seriously just cut it all off. Ba, 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 ba. The dinosaur sounds, I heard them this morning. Yeah, it's good times. I haven't seen Aquaman yet. Definitely you should see it. I want to be a professional mermaid, but I'm scared that I'm not going to make money. Yeah, this is definitely not a job for somebody who wants to make millions, you know, or who wants to be super, super rich. I'm still working to actually make a proper sort of living wage doing this. I'm just very fortunate that I have a very supportive husband who is picking up my slack at this sort of point. You know, I've done the successful career in animation kind of shtick where I was making enough money to save and support myself and us and the whole thing, and not really have that worry. So I don't feel too bad that I've kind of taken some time to reassess and reevaluate what I actually want to do with my life. And I really enjoy this and mermaiding and sewing and art and that kind of thing, but just in a different capacity. So it's, yeah, you have to have more than one sort of revenue stream if you're going to do mermaiding. You should probably think like what kind of sources you would have, because you don't obviously want to put all of your eggs in like the YouTube basket, because YouTube income is quite small. So like a very small portion of my income right now. So it's definitely something. It's not impossible. There are a lot of mermaids who are quite successful, who do this full time, who are mermaid tail makers or performers or whatever all over the world. And but it's a commitment. Like, it's a serious commitment. You put it all in and just kind of let it wash over you. You know what I mean? Oh, that's so cute, Mermaid Crystal. Thank you so much for liking my comment where I say I love you to the depths of the sea and back. I just thought it was a beautiful mermaid interpretation, because like mermaids wouldn't be like to the moon and back. We would think of things in terms of like the depths of the sea and back. That just like, you know, that just made sense. Fluff transplant, emergency fluff transplant. Like, no, seriously though, it's really sad. Like he's having a major struggle here. Like what in the you feel like he's like, oh, I'm having there we go. This is like, you know, I just feel kind of bad for him. So Mermaid Kim said she had some fluff. I think I have some somewhere. I might just buy like an absolute crap ton, just so I can get like, at least get his little dorsal fin like up again, because I feel like he's just sort of sad. He's like, you guys, what happened? No, that was actually after the swim. My little video widget was after the swim that we did the photo shoot that day. And then I came home and I was like, well, look, I have all of this crap to like undo. I might as well just, but yeah, I did do the self-care routine after our swim when you and I hit the pool. When I came home, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, that video just went live today, and I totally am doing that exact care routine right now when everybody's watching it. I was like, that is just so funny. I kind of like when stuff like that happens, because I like to post videos and content that's like kind of the real deal, you know? I don't necessarily do the mask and everything every single time. The hair mask I definitely do every single time. The face mask, not always. But I try to post things as kind of accurately as possible so that people can feel like, yeah, you know what, this is the real deal. This is how she would do it. It's not like I'm trying to make it look glamorous or anything, you know, because it's not. Coming home from the pool as a mermaid is not an H2O, like boom, and I'm dry and I'm perfect again with my little braids and everything kind of an experience. It's not. Any updates going up on the Patreon pod? Yes, today actually we're gonna have some updates happening. I have had, between being sick for 3 weeks and then we had some personal stuff going on, we had a big fire in our complex again last week, which really threw a monkey wrench into the system. Yesterday I had no power all day, and it's all been kind of adding up. I'm not trying to make excuses or anything, but I have definitely been a little bit behind on the Patreon pod. So today, as part of what I'm going to accomplish today and on my to-do list, I will be looking at that and seeing what changes I need to make it a little bit more functional for myself, because to be honest, between, oh, and then school, right? So then I had 6 case studies that I had to finish over the last couple of weeks, and I finished all of those last week. So now those are off my plate, and now I'm back to like my regularly scheduled school programming, which is just read the chapter, do the test, read the chapter, do the test, read the chapter, do the test 24 times, then final exam in November. So everything is hopefully coming back to, my wrist is still messed up, is coming back to normal, and hopefully that means that now I'll be better at juggling things and better at scheduling my time. But yeah, I've got people waiting for email responses from me from like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, unfortunately, and I did just have to prioritize myself and my family and my health and stuff over that, which is, you know, a decision. It's not always the best decision. Sometimes you want to be able to like just do everything all at once, but it's, you know, you do the best that you can do with the time that you have. And you know, when you have a massive like sinus infection and you can't breathe, like I have an orthodontist appointment next week, and I haven't worn my retainers in three weeks, and I can barely get them in my mouth now, and I'm gonna have to explain to her what kind of a loser I was because I couldn't wear them. They're so thick that I couldn't really wear them and breathe at the same time, between the coughing and then my sinuses being so plugged. I just had massive anxiety every time I went to put them in my mouth. So that's going to be part of the fun, you know. Alright, Crystal, sorry I have to go. Bubble kisses! Someone explained that river mermaids have short hair because of this stuff you just mentioned. Totally, right? Am I a water sign? No, I'm a fire sign, actually. I'm Aries. In case, like, I feel like I am quite Aries. Like, that's just, I think, do I have, my mom would know my like, rising sign. My mom's super into that kind of stuff. I used to be, but I'm not, I don't really do much research into all of that, but I am definitely very Aries, very like, you know, and we go. When sharks are depressed, their dorsal fin will flop over. Oh no. Working on a new resume because I'm going to be moving here in a little over a month. So much stress. Oh, you poor thing. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it seems like over the last little while, a lot of people have been feeling that same level of stress. And I think for me, the best way to tackle it is like you make your to-do lists and break it down so that it's like the simplest thing that you can do first that like helps put you on the path of wherever you need to go. And, you know, like writing up a resume sucks. I hate doing resume writing. I haven't had to do one in so long. And, you know, you don't really, I mean, you kind of need one in the animation industry. It's more like people just sort of know, you kind of word of mouth it a little bit. Like I worked on this and I worked on that. My name's in the credits, you know, IMDb, check out this, check out that, whatever. And that kind of thing. Like I'm on LinkedIn or whatever. And, yeah, so you kind of you kind of bounce from there, but I am sending you all of the good vibes. I hope that it all goes nice and smooth. And there's also like really cool, like I don't know how much packing you started, but there's really good like lists and stuff online. You can find like how to pack and like how far out do you need to start packing this stuff, and like and I found that was really good when Eric and I moved from our last place to here. We didn't have a lot of time, so I had this list and I was like, okay, I got to make sure like all the different, you know, addresses I need to update, who do I need to contact, I need to find a moving company, and it just like broke it down so it was far less stressful than it would have been if I was just sitting there like, what do I do? How do I move? Every summer for 10-ish years, 5 days a week I would go swimming with my summer camp, and eventually the chlorine just made my hair awful and I shaved it all off. Oh, for sure. That's sort of like what happens to me too. Like my hair is like, okay, so this is all really good, and then it starts to get bad somewhere about here. So that's a lot of like just dead, you know, I mean, hair is actually dead. I really love this. Hair is like fingernails. Okay, so if you have a rip or something in your fingernail, it doesn't like heal itself. Like shampoos that claim that they're able to do all of these things, they can make it look smoother, but it's not like actually fundamentally fixing anything. You know, you can maintain what's already healthy, but you can't really like glue it back together if it's got a split end this long. Like I've got split ends that are just like, my hair has hair at this point. It's ridiculous. Gonna do chores. See you later, Gitas. See you later. Totally understand. Family, health, and school definitely come first. Well, you know, in my mind though, I want this stuff to come first, but I just had to make a judgment call. You know, I was too sick to do anything, and then school just bit me in the butt. Like those case studies took so much out of me. I could not believe, but you know what was really cool though? Now that I've done them and I've been able to actually apply, like, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm in school for nutrition right now, and my next section is going to be anatomy and physiology and this kind of thing. So I've got this like 500-page textbook I'm reading now, and I'll have like weekly lesson tests and stuff like that to do. But we had to do case studies where I took on both real and imaginary clients, and I had to, you know, break down what I saw based off of their intake forms, and then I had to create like a meal plan. I had to break it down. I had to say like, okay, this is what I see. This is what the possibilities are. And this is what I would suggest, you know, and going about it that way. So it was really, but like, boy, I think I just took it like a little bit too seriously, and I went pretty in depth, and I went pretty nuts, and I did have a good time, but it took so freaking long. And I really am not somebody who likes to share my writing with people, like even if it's technical kind of writing like this, and I get very self-conscious, and like that alone, I'd be like, oh, does this make me sound stupid? Like, what does this sound like? Is this right? Am I saying this right? Like, I don't know. Oh my God. And so like all that kind of comes together, and then it's like, well, add 20 minutes every single time I'm stuck deciding whether or not I'm an idiot, you know? Anyways, it's all part of life's rich pageant, you know what I'm saying? Poor Bruce. Oh yeah. Yeah, poor Bruce. He's okay though. Brucey B is okay. He's like, yeah, guys, I'm okay. I'm okay, you guys. I need mermaids to swim with. Yes, I have a video that I'm actually, is it up? No, it's not up, but it's done, and hopefully I will have it up at some point this week, obviously because I had no power, meant I had no Photoshop, so, because it's on my PC, not on my Mac. And so I had no way of making a thumbnail, but I do have a new video that'll go up this week that's going to be about finding your pod, some of the intricacies of making new mermaid friends, and some of those things like that. So that'll go up hopefully at some point this week, either maybe like a Wednesday or a Friday, maybe something like that. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. Her dress. Oh, who? What dresses are so pretty? Whose dresses? What are you talking about? Did I miss? Ricky on it. Okay, no, hand. I obviously missed. I must have missed something. Sorry, guys. Oh my God, my mom is in a house. Your rising sign is Sagittarius, FYI. Has my mom been lurking? Mom, have you been lurking in the Tail Talk Tuesday stream? I'm very concerned here. You are so funny. Yeah, so excited. Loved it for the past year and just made the choice to get it. What did you get? I don't see you. Oh, hang on. I'm so excited for the dress I ordered from you last week. Oh, there we go. Kind of hoping it's here the third week of September for a mermaid party I'm going to. Hopefully it is. It's still in production so far as I'm aware. I can check to see when it's going to ship, but you should receive a notification. Yeah, my mom, LOL. See, you always got to be careful because your parents could be watching. You gotta watch out for that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're the best, Courtney. Oh, shucks. Oh no. Oh right, Ren. That's right. You broke your left ankle. Oh no. That's right. Just got my hard cast yesterday, and the stitch is out. No tails for months, maybe a year. No. Oh, that's not fair. Oh, you poor thing. You gotta get yourself one of them those fluffy tail blankets. You know, those like the sparkly ones. I have one. Do I have one in the living room? I don't know where I put it, but yeah, I got my mom one for Christmas a while back too. So they're handy, and that'll keep the mermaid magic alive. That would be a good video to talk about though. Like I wanted to do one where you talk about what would you do or what do you do, because like for 2016, like I had the car accident. I wasn't allowed to swim. Like express orders, no, you are not allowed. You will mess up your neck if you do this. And I was like, okay, great, that's good, you know. And not to mention how painful it was. So I don't know, I'd like to do an updated version of that video where I'm not the bitter, like, bitter, angry mermaid I was, I think, for the last one that I did. But yeah. Apparently, according to my sources, your cosmic task is to bring order to a chaotic situation. Ah! Has the cosmos met me? Because I am just one big chaotic situation. Like, truly, I am just chaos. Nothing is ever like how it should be. I'm always trying to, well, maybe that is it then. Maybe I am just always trying to fix everything. Very unsuccessfully. School starts tomorrow and ends at 2:45. So next Tail Talk, I won't be able to be here till then. Aw, no worries. Yeah, you're the best, Courtney. Aw. But I'm back to basics for sure. I think there's got to be like, we all need to brainstorm. If you're seeing this in the future, or if you're feeling, you know, so inclined to leave a comment with some ideas, let's get Ren Sierra some pumped, like, how to be mermaid and how to feel like a mermaid when you can't actually swim like a mermaid. So what are some things that we could, what's some advice, what's some, you know, brainstorming that we could, some ideas we could have, right? Gotta fly, work calls. Have a great day at work, ma. That's awesome. So I'm the only person in my family who loves mermaids. Courtney Mermaid, your videos inspire me to be a better mer person, and I thank you. You're so welcome. My family was eating fish and asked if I wanted some, and I said, I'm not a cannibal. Oh no, that's so funny. And yes, a tail blanket will be awesome. I have one, but it's a bit small for me. Mine is too. I have a kid's one because the adult ones aren't, I feel like they're not as like shiny or shimmery. And the kids one I have, like, so it literally doesn't even like come up to my boobs. Like, it comes up to my belly button. I'm like, I have to make a new one. I made one. I actually have a video showing how I made one, but I would do the waistband differently this time because I didn't do, like, I wouldn't do an actual waistband. Like, I did like my fold over weight, but it just didn't work. So I would do just a regular plain, like with the zigzag stitch, just like a nice plain thing at the top. Or if I ever get around to using my serger, which has been sitting unused for years, it's very sad. I'm just such a chicken. Oh my god, you guys, you're gonna make me cry. Thank you. Oh, all of the loves. Do mermaid crafts, get some jewelry. But some mermaid eat fish. What do you think dolphins and whales eat? My tail blanket was too tight around oh, my waist and butt. Yeah, I also feel like mine's just a bit snug. I don't know, I would like to see more adult sizes available, like taller and more snuggly, because you want to have like enough room to actually like just, you know, have a little wiggle room, like a real blanket. Like, I almost feel like what would be a good shape would be like have it come out from the side so that you could like fold it over. Do you know what I mean? And then you wouldn't really have, you'd have lots of wiggle room and then a little bit extra on the sides, maybe. I don't know. Thinking. If I can't swim, I usually binge watch mer videos, mainly her videos, Courtney. Oh, shucks. You guys. Oh, Mermaid Lolly in the house. Hey, little fishy. How's it going? I do crafts with my mermaid pod here. Yes. Yeah, get like a little craft group together. You could make some hair pieces, maybe some jewelry, earrings, you know, bracelets. You know, another fun one is if you've ever used perler beads, you could make mermaid perler beads, like designs and stuff. What else could you like crafty if you're much into drawing, you could do some mermaid drawings. I'm also trying to think of some activities where you are still doing something that's mermaidy. I don't know. Because like, so I have like the wrist thing right now where my hand, I picked myself up out of the water and held myself up too high out of the water for too long, and I've done something to my wrist. I don't know if I need to go in for an x-ray, but it's like anytime I go to put pressure on it this way, I get this really weird pain back here. And so I haven't really been able to do much in the way of yoga and stuff. And I remember when I fractured my foot, I had to do all these exercises using just one leg, and it was so awkward. And I just felt so, but there's got to be, like, I know I've seen on YouTube, I've seen some examples of yoga that you can do with injuries, you know, where people make modifications to routines and stuff that can kind of make you feel mermaidy, because I feel like yoga's a very mermaid like experience in and of itself, like especially if you choose poses and stuff that kind of, you know, help to increase your strength and flexibility for mermaiding specifically. So you could also, in terms of what you're eating, you could change up your diet and incorporate more foods that are kind of, I don't know, mermaidy themed in nature, something like that. I'm working on saving for the slug and kraken. Yeah, you are. Just went and grabbed my tail blanket. It's green and blue. Nice. Yeah. Some sewing projects could be really fun too, says the girl who sews all day, every day. I had a little tail swim last weekend at the hotel I was staying in. Next tail swim will be the 20th of October. Wish I could go swimming in my tail more. See, because it is a hard thing that a lot of mermaids actually experience, where it's like they can't swim because no pools allow tails, or they don't have anybody to swim with, so they don't really want to swim by themselves. You know, tails are banned, or monofins are banned, or they just don't live anywhere near a pool or a body of water. So it's like, you want to be a mermaid. How can you like still unleash your inner mermaid while being, you know, land-based? I gotta think on that. There's like maybe some meditation you could do, visualization. You could have beach or ocean sounds play in the background. You know, scented candles maybe, but of course opt for ones that aren't like the petroleum ones. Opt for like a soy-based candle, something like that. You know, essential oils are great. You can get a lot that kind of smell like the beach even. And oh, reading, you could get really into some reading, get through some good mermaid like history, kind of mythology. There's lots of mermaid books out there, some good, some cheesy. Hey, but sometimes the cheesy ones are good too, am I right? You know, watching mermaid movies. I don't know. I feel like there's just a full series that could be done talking about this. Because I especially find in the wintertime, I'm not out there at the pool every 5 minutes, you know, and so much of my content is based around like swimming videos and things like that. And I've really wanted to make sure that as I continue to grow my channel, that the swimming videos are definitely important to me, but it's also about, you know, the balance in life, right? So a mermaid lifestyle consists of more than swimming at the pool every single day. So, you know, that kind of thing. Hi from Denmark. Hello, hello. My boss got me the most cozy one for Christmas last year. They know me so well. That's so cute. Oh, I love it. Oh, hi from Sweden. Wow, that's awesome. And coloring books, yes. Perler beads are little plastic beads that fit onto a little grid. And what happens is you make your pattern. It's almost like a pixel art kind of. And then there's a special paper that you put over top of it, and you use an iron to heat it up. And what happens is all of the beads melt a little bit into each other, so they stick together. So when you pull it off, you have this really cool pixel looking piece of art. I was gifted a couple from a really wonderful subscriber. And I have Ariel, and I've got her daughter, and then I have like Melody, and then I also, they made me a beautiful one based off of the pin design that I have in my store that I loved. And so I have those out there, and I'm a fan. Like I've made Pokeballs, and I've made little Charmander, and it's not a super expensive kind of hobby, and people can use them as coasters. They make fun like Christmas gifts or Halloween gifts or all that, you know, kind of good stuff. Courtney, be careful with your wrist. Oh my God, I know. It's stupid. I'm so used to having pain in this wrist, but I'm a little bit surprised and a little bit put out, because I'm like, I want to get back to doing, now that I'm feeling better, I want to get back to doing my yoga, but like, hello, what? You know? I'm pretty sure Fin Fun Mermaid has adult size mermaid blankets. I'll have to check it out. I was just approved for some light stuff with my right sprained ankle. No weight allowed on the left. Right. Good. But I want to work on my upper body. Perfect. Yeah. Well, and for mermaids, right? Upper body strength is a big deal. Hello. Because if I was a little bit stronger, maybe this wouldn't have happened, right? You're hauling yourself around, pulling yourself out of the water. You're doing the little shimmy in the shallow end of the pool. You know, you're posing, you're sitting up, you're this, you're that, you're the other. So strength for mermaids in their upper body is really important. So maybe this is just a good opportunity to get, you know, a little bit a little bit of upper body strength going. And that's something that my mom's always said, you know, and she tried to encourage me when I had my fractured foot and my supposedly broken toe. They were like, yeah, you broke your toe at some point. I'm like, you think I would have noticed if I broke my toe? Like, okay. They're like, well, there's all this activity. It shows that. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to tell you, bro. And my mom was like, well, look, Courtney, okay, so you can't do this. What can you do? And oh, that was here's a good moment, guys. I got my grandmother a sign, a little plaque for her wall when I was at the California Mermaid Convention. Not from there, but on my way home, I picked her up this thing because it reminded me of a conversation we'd had that said, don't let the things you can't do get in the way of the things that you can do. And we were talking about this because my Oma is wheelchair bound and she gets really frustrated sometimes between her neuropathy and her feet and her, you know, she can't get up and do the things she wants to do, and she can't really sew anymore because she had the stroke in the eye, so she's blind in one eye and the fingers don't work. But the thing is, the stuff that she can do is she shares with me the knowledge, and she shares with me the inspiration, and she gives me, you know, words of wisdom and, you know, towards me and my business, because she used to do basically what I'm doing now, but, you know, in her day and age, there wasn't the YouTube aspect of it, basically. So she was home on her own, you know, I'd sometimes be hanging out in the basement and she would sew all day. And so all of the times where I've had like, you know, how should I handle this or how should I do this? And you go to her with those issues. And so I said to her, I was like, you know, I know that you don't feel like you could do a lot of these things anymore, but you're still having this huge impact on me. And, you know, it's actually like a trickle down effect because you guys learn from my sewing videos. Well, where do you think I figured it out from, right? So you guys, we all kind of owe it to, you know, my mom and my grandma, basically. They're the ones that kind of were like, and this is how you do it, Courtney, so figure it out. And so I think the most important thing to remember, if you know, and it's okay to be feeling like sad and pissed off and like annoyed that, you know, you can't do what you want to do. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a human experience, is to be, but then to, if you can, to look for that, like, okay, what can I still do? What am I still able to do that is making, you know, a difference in my life or in somebody else's life, kind of thing. So that was my 2 cents worth of wisdom for the day. I hope you feel like I got the most out of that. Oh man. Hey Courtney, do you have other mermaid name? Oh, yours is, I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce that right because it has an accent on the A, so I'm not too totally sure. Apnoea? I'm not sure if I'm even close. Deep Blue, that's a beautiful name. No, Courtney Mermaid is just my kind of, my calling card, as it were. You know, yeah, I don't know. It just sort of stuck. At the time, I hadn't really thought of what else I would have called myself, and, you know, I kind of modeled back in the day, you know, when I found Hannah Mermaid online, and I was like, oh snap, like I really want to be like her, but I really wanted to do my own thing too. But I did take inspiration from her for that because I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was so cool that it was like, it was almost like her last name was Mermaid or something, and it just sort of, it's stuck basically. Sometimes people call me Mermaid Courtney, and I'm like, no, it's Courtney Mermaid. But what are you gonna do? Check out the Ahuhu, am I saying that right? Lamp on Amazon for the underwater effects. That's another one. Yeah, you can get these cool lamps on Amazon that actually reflect like ocean lighting on your ceiling, which is really cool. I have a snowflake one, like a snowfall one that I got that kind of looks like water, and I bought it at home Canadian Tire, actually, at Canadian Tire like 2 or 3 Christmases ago, and I still have it and I quite like it still, so. Do you use a brace on your bad wrist? Do you use a brace on your bad wrist? I know our bodies are getting older, right? No kidding. No, I actually stupidly got rid of all my old wrist braces. I used to have tendonitis and soft tissue damage, tendonitis, and golfer's elbow and tennis elbow. I don't play golf or tennis, but sure. Right? So, and then it's because my shoulder, this shoulder actually sits, you can kind of actually see it a little bit in the lighting in terms of like there, but this shoulder actually sits like inches forward in comparison to this one. And it's because when I was a kid, I didn't like how tall I was, and I wore backpacks that just caused me to do this tipping point. And I worked next to the business lineup where only the business clientele would come, and they'd come in with like, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of bills, and then all thousands of dollars worth of bills, and then all of their freaking stack of checks like this. And of course, for the checks, there's nothing you can do about that, but they didn't give me a cash counter for a good portion. I had to share it with somebody, so I didn't have access to it. And this motion of like counting cash for hours and hours and hours every day just did my arm in. And then I had to go in for like physiotherapy and all kinds of crazy stuff. So I had a big chunky brace, I had 2 mini braces, and then I had an even bigger brace, and like, no. And then I thought I was feeling better, so I got rid of them all. One of them would have been usable on this arm, so I feel kind of stupid that I got rid of it, but they were really old. Like, I was probably 22, 21. I would have been 21 when that happened, I think. 19, 20, 21, 22, 21 or 22. Anyway. I can count, guys. I love it. I feel like I've missed so many people here. I'm sorry if I've been missing you. Wave projection lights for the ceiling are great. Yes. Any mermaid book recommendations? I have, so it depends what you're into. Like if you want to go like super fantasy, or you want to go like marine life and conservation. I can't say, I think my books are all in the other room actually. Ingo is a really one that, I don't think I'm saying that right, but Ingo is a book that I really, really, really enjoyed. I'll just go grab it really quick. It's the first one off the top of my head that I have that I absolutely, oh, I might not be able to reach it without that footstool. Oh my God. There we go. Oh, and rescue sirens. Hang on, I'm coming back, I swear. I'm coming back, I swear. Okay, here we go. Okay, here are a couple. Now the rest of my books are not in this room, so that's just tragic, but here we are. So the first one that I read, now I think there's actually more than the one in the series, but I only have this one, and it's by Helen Dunmore, and it's called Ingo. And in a world without air, all you breathe is adventure. And seriously, first of all, can we just look at the cover? What the heck is this all about? This is so good. I love this so much. And it's just a really good sort of adventure story, and it's very, I find it's very visual. I get really lost reading it. I get like, it's one book that actually kind of takes me out. Like I have a really hard time turning off distractions, which is why I don't do this in there anymore, is because of my neighbors, and it just takes me out of my element. But that's a really good one. So definitely check that one out. I have one other book that I just got that I'm gonna do a video talking about it though, so I won't bring that up here. Mermaids 101. This is another excellent book. This is by Doreen Virtue. Sorry for the reflections. It's a very shiny cover. Exploring the magical underwater world of the mer people. And this is a really good one. It has lots of beautiful, I mean, it's a little bit older now, so I don't actually know if you're still gonna be able to find it, but it kind of goes through like, it's got beautiful illustrated pictures. It has stories. It has different, I think she's so beautiful. Like, look, come on, it's so good. So yeah, oh, and then like a little Hannah Fraser action here because she's so pretty. So pretty. So talking about different mermaids, different professional mermaids and stuff like that. Great, great book. Highly recommend. Now, yeah. Okay, so the Rescue Sirens, The Search for the Atavist, and it's by Jessica Steele Sanders and Chris Sanders. And the illustrations are by Genevieve Tsai, and I'm not sure if I'm saying her last name correctly. I hope I am. The illustration on the front, this is definitely a Chris Sanders, if ever there was one, because oh my God, is that guy not like my favorite thing? Except for the rocket boobs. I don't really understand the rocket boobs all of the time, but I do freaking love these mermaids. I think, holy crap. And his creature design is so on point. What is up? So this is basically, I mean, I actually wrote a story kind of like this once a long time ago that I wish I'd done. I called it Swim Free, and I had done, it was sort of the concept of mer people living among us and how they would be, you know, how they would be hiding and how they would go about their life. But anyway, this one is about basically lifeguards who are freaking mermaids. Like, what? So yeah, that's just an illustration to show you, so you can see kind of what you're up for. But they're these beautiful grayscale like illustrations. The whole book is full of them. I don't want to give you, I don't want to, because they have the spoilers in them actually. So let me just see if there's one more that's not really a spoiler. Okay, that's not really a spoiler. There. But they're beautiful illustrations. And this book is super, super cute. Super, super cute. I love it. I really, really wanted to get one of the pins when they came out, but I was not fast enough. I don't know if they have more up now. But Rescue Sirens is a great little read. It's probably a little bit younger, not younger, younger is not the right word. Like I would have really enjoyed this as like mid-teens, late teens, 20s kind of. I still really enjoy it now, but just something to think about. Then if you're looking for like, now obviously I'm not about to start the big pro cap, anti cap like attack in my comments section. These are just two books that I've enjoyed and that I learned something from. So let's not, we're just gonna fly by them really fast so we don't all have a big cow in my comment section. Death at SeaWorld. This was an interesting read. I was gifted this one. No, this one I bought. This one I bought and I read a long time ago. And it was just a very interesting perspective on that industry. And then this was one that I was actually gifted by a group. So Richard O'Barry had actually signed a few of them. I think, did he sign this one? I can't remember. Yes. So, and I was given it yeah, a while back. But which one was it? The blue fishtail I was wearing that day? Yeah, I had gone out to one of the protests at the Vancouver Aquarium and was gifted this one. This one is also a very interesting, very sad read. And so like it depends on what you're going for. If you're really interested in more of the fictional side, or you're more interested in what you can do to expand your knowledge base. You could even do it from a lifestyle perspective. Like I have one other book in the office right now, and the title, like I literally just got it yesterday. Mom bought it for me and I can't remember what it's called, but it's about how the ocean can positively impact your existence basically on this planet. So definitely there's a lot of different avenues you could even get into. If there's any graphic novels, I can't think of any offhand. I'm sure there's a few out there. You know, Mermaid Kim, where are you when I need you? Because there was one that you were reading that was an online comic that was really good. So there's a lot of options. If you guys have any and you're seeing this at a later date, or you would like to leave a comment down below with what mermaid books you are reading, what you like, what you don't like, all that good stuff, and go to town. Now I'm just gonna scroll down to the bottom because obviously there were a lot of comments, and I will try and work my way back up as we go here. Instagram, all your books. Yes. What was the protest about? It was protesting back before they had banned cetaceans in captivity at the Vancouver Aquarium. They were planning on bringing in like a dozen new beluga whales, and I'm just not for that. So I went and was like, hell no. And yeah, and so I went and did that. I participated at that protest 3 times, I think. Once by myself, once with Mermaid Kim, and then once again by myself in my bluefish tail, which I actually made as a dedication to whales in captivity, which is why I called it bluefish, not blackfish. So it's bluefish. And I actually had the dorsal fin was based off of Little Morgan. I had taken screen grabs of what her dorsal fin looked like, and I put that on there. And then I grabbed screenshots of Tillicum's saddle patches, and I had designed those on there. And yeah, so that was an interesting experience. I would have, at the time I didn't think to make a video talking about it, because I actually got to meet some of the like previous trainers who actually knew Tillicum, and you know, I had to show him this work of art that I'd made in dedication to this whale, and you know, he was like, wow, this is crazy, you know. And I was on the news, I think, not in the bluefish tail. I was still, when I was wearing Miranda the first time, I think I was on the news. I can't remember. There's a video of me online somewhere making an idiot of myself on camera, but it's what you gotta do. Rescue Sirens, you need to go to their website to get it. I actually don't know if there's still, let me just find their website really quick, see if I can give it to you. So it's rescuesirens.com, and they do sell the book, and I can vouch for them to some extent. I mean, hopefully it's still run by the same guys, but I bought, so they have the paperback, they have the Kindle ebook. That's good to know. So they no longer have the hardcover ones, it seems, but they do have the paperback available for $20 on their website. I'm going to assume that's $20 US. So if you're Canadian, watch out for that. They also have a lot of other fun stuff on their shop. They've got leggings, accessories, you know, other mermaid goodness. I kind of like where they've gone with this. I actually sincerely hope this becomes like, I don't know, a movie or something one day. I would be really stoked because the characters are really cute. I love the concept. It just, available in paperback format and ebooks on Amazon. Hang on, are we on the right? Maybe it's not on your Amazon dot. Let me just see if I can find it on Amazon.ca. Oh, it's the Kindle edition is available on. Wow, don't Google. Oh my gosh. Lots of interesting stuff comes up when you Amazon that. Wow, look at all of this really terrible literature. Okay, and close. So good. Okay, focus, Courtney. Here we go. I love that you did that. Very mermaid of you. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. Not everybody likes to agree with me, and that's okay, but I'm getting a little bit bolder with my opinions and feeling that, like, if you don't agree, well, okay, cool, but this is not, you know, like, people aren't going to change my mind on my views and that kind of thing. So how did you choose your mermaid name? I can't choose one. Magnolia, Twinkle, or Candy Pearl. What should you choose? Kind of, I think the name kind of comes, I don't know, some people have the name first and then create the persona after it, and some people create the character first and then find the name that kind of fits. I think you're gonna have to do some guessing and testing with that one. Like maybe if you're having trouble figuring out what you want your name to be, figure out who you're gonna be as your mermaid character. If you're gonna be just yourself as your character, then find the name that fits your personality. Or if you're going to do something totally different, have like a very specific persona that's separate, then maybe list out some of the traits you would like to have. You know, have you thought about what you would like your tail color to be? Are you going to have a theme? Where are you going to be from? Like in terms of, are you an ocean swimming mermaid? Are you, you know, freshwater? What's the scoop there? And then maybe you can find some ideas. And if you really are struggling, like sometimes you can just leave it up to fate and use one of those mermaid name generators and just pick pieces that you like. But you know, for me, I've always just thought that I was a mermaid. I always just thought like, yeah, that's just me. I'm a mermaid. And then I'm an artist, or I'm a mermaid, and then I'm whatever. So I've always thought of myself that way because I swim, and I've always been swimming so much, and I've always wanted to be like, to identify more as like, you know, a person of the sea kind of a thing. So I didn't really feel the need to give myself a different name. So I don't know. That was just me. I know some mermaids do find that they feel safer having a persona name so that they can have, like, especially if you're somebody who's still working at a job. Like, I'll never forget when they figured out that I was a mermaid. Somebody was sharing a video of me, or had asked me about what I, you know, what I do as a mermaid, and then I was showing it, and the CEO walked by of our company, and he was like, oh my God, what? And he loved it. But they introduced me as the new hire, the first non-human they ever hired, at the Christmas party, and I must have gone the same shade, like my face was the same shade as my red dress. I was like, I have embraced it now, but boy, it was hysterical then. It was really good. Yeah. Okay. Who are we talking about? Walked away to make lunch. Lunch is good. I had my nickname Phoenicia when I started being on forums on the internet years ago. Just added mermaid to it now. Nice. That's the way to do it. But mermaid. How would you say that? Is that an I? I'm having, like, the font makes me have a hard time with, is it? Yeah, I'm not going to attempt. I'm sorry. I just wouldn't know how to pronounce it. I don't want to totally make it bad. Hey yo, how's it going? My mer name is Mermaid Meko. That's cool. For me, the name came along my journey. I'm the naked mermaid, and I go by Ren anyways. Perfect. But yeah, see, it all kind of takes like time to figure out. And it's okay to, like, want to evolve too. If you don't feel like you want to stick with the same name, it gets kind of hard. Like if you're going to do a business and you want to do, you know, get your branding together, that's where it starts to get a bit sticky. But, you know, I don't know, because I'm also like, so I was Courtney the Vancouver Mermaid is how this all sort of started. And then I'm Vancouver Mermaid on a lot of things. And that was because at the time I was planning on doing like kids parties and I wanted to be very easily accessible to people. I wanted people to type in Vancouver and mermaid and find me. So that was sort of where that all came. And then Courtney Mermaid is obviously the name that I go by because I was going to have kids call me like, hey, Vancouver Mermaid, or, you know, whatever. I'm like, okay, that's kind of strange. So like my full kind of name is Courtney the Vancouver Mermaid and then Courtney Mermaid for short, which is why I feel okay having some social media under Courtney Mermaid and some social media under Vancouver Mermaid. But yeah, the first non-human employee, yeah, that was a good day. They thought it was hysterical, but that CEO sounds like a fun person. Yeah, he was. It was a good guy. You know, all good things come to an end, but but yeah. So I still of all the jobs that I had, that was the one that got me that prepared me the most for doing what I'm doing now. I feel like I learned the most from that job. I learned the most from those people, and I will be eternally grateful forever. There's a conundrum right there, but I will always remember that that's sort of where it kind of started for me. You know, I'm having a serious issue with my thumb. Ugh. Yeah, the stream will stay online. I will probably, depending on how the quality has been going, I may or may not choose to unlist it, and it'll still be added to the playlist though. So yeah, you can keep an eye out for that. What won't happen? Got invited to go swimming with Mermaid Cat this summer, and my favorite food is seaweed. Nice. That's how I'm watching your vid and making doll mermaid tails at the same time. Yeah, nice. I'll never be a famous streamer. Bite me. Oh, catch you later, winner. Yeah. Started looking for mermaid coloring books on Amazon. Rabbit hole I know you will fall into. I will have a coloring book coming out if you want to wait for mine, but I still have, it won't come out until January because I'm still working on the pages for, which actually reminds me I have one I have to do this week too. It's coming together. Mermaid name is Carib because I was raised in the Caribbean Ocean. I love that. That's a good one. I need to get going. I have a 12:30 training session at the gym. Awesome. I hope you have a really good time. But yeah, so there's lots of things that we can do to live our lives so mermaid without necessarily being in the water, being mermaids. And I think that that's something I would like to focus on, especially because we're heading into this sort of off season now where it's too cold to really be at the beach. And you're like, okay, I'm not really at the pool as often because it's, you know, when your hair is wet and then your hair freezes and it's cold and you just want to stay home and be snuggly. So I do think that this year for this sort of off season, I want to put a little bit more emphasis on things that you can do so that other people who aren't necessarily able to be at the pool all the time can also find some enjoyment of the whole mermaid community and the whole mermaid thing. And you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I feel like there's some potential there. I don't know. No melting, Courtney. Good. I'm really glad to hear that. Oh, man. Hi, Courtney. I have a question. Can a 9-year-old be a mermaid? Anybody can be a mermaid as long as they do it safely. Do it safely, do it in the proper stages, learn how to swim first, be a very competent, responsible swimmer, and always listen to your parents when they tell you to do something or not to do something, or to your swim coach, or to your lifeguards, or to whoever is being responsible for you. You got to be responsible for you too. Learn how to swim with flippers or a Monofin. Make sure that you're using good quality stuff, that, you know, your flippers or your Monofin are like the engine of your car. You know what I mean? You don't want to get the cheapest version possible, as appealing as that is, because they can break, they can splinter, they can cause pain, lots of things like that. And then you show, when you graduate, you can get the mermaid tail skin, you know, always swim with a friend, but really anybody can be a mermaid. It's just about doing it safely. And I give this recommendation to adults too. This isn't about like, oh, you're a 9-year-old, you're too dumb to know this, because that's not the thing. I give the same exact spiel to everybody. It's my jam. Potty break. Oh, jeez. Oh, you poor thing. You got this. I'm gonna buy yours, post it to IG when ready. Oh, you're so sweet. I will for sure. I'm excited to keep working on it. So it's been like all year as I make the Patreon pod coloring pages. I'll end up compiling them all and doing that, but it's gonna be good. Making and repairing mermaid tails. Nice. Yeah, no melting, Courtney. God, that was rough. And then when Kim melted, she was sitting here and like all of a sudden just her side of the screen went like blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, something going on? Like, what's going on? I'm about to swim with one of my friends on Saturday. We both have a tail. I like it when children are looking at you, because older mermaids are rare over here. Oh, for sure, for sure. I was actually at a new pool the other day with Widget the mermaid, and I had a lovely lady come up to me and she was like, never seen something like that before. And I was like, really? Like, are you know, do you like mermaids? Are you interested in this kind of thing? She's like, oh, very, but you know, like if I was a few years younger, I would do it. And then I went off obviously on my massive tirade of being like, no, anybody, any age can do this. Don't even, you can totally do this. You know what I mean? And she got super into it. We were talking about it. So, I don't know. I just feel like mermaiding should be for everyone, accessible to everyone, in a lot of different ways that you can appreciate the journey and the adventure and the magic. And yeah, I've been drinking the Kool-Aid, you guys. Big mom mermaid is coming out. Oh yeah, I know. That's becoming a thing, guys. The mermom. Thank you, Faith, for that one. My goodness. Also my mother thinks I don't live on Earth, but it says some sort of magical space. You know what? There is zero problem with that. I very badly need to make a video talking about my like perspective on life on Earth and why we should all just be allowed to do whatever magical thing we want to do. You know what I mean? Just live our lives the way we want to, because what is reality? What is it? Okay, reality is like your health, getting enough to eat, like fitness, and keeping, you know, yourself safe and your family safe and that kind of thing. But then what's the rest of it? You know what I mean? So I want to do a video talking about it one day. It's gonna happen. But you know, mermaid mom. Yeah. No. Will there be an ALFIE otter color page? Oh, there totally should be. You guys want one? I could totally do one. I feel like I'd have to do him with like a pattern or something, because he's not a lot of different like pieces to color. Yeah, I haven't done anything with ALFIE otter in so long. I feel really bad. I have all the merch for him up in my Teespring now, and I feel like I really need to do something more with him. What I want ALFIE otter to be is like the little otter that kind of like pops by your feet periodically and just kind of gives you a couple of like, hey man, you got this, you can do it, I believe in you, and a little bit of encouragement and that kind of thing. So I wanted to start the hashtag ALFIE otter squad and get people like, you know, just appreciating the positive vibes even when things are kind of crappy sometimes. As a lifeguard and mermaid, I always feel bad, so bad, when I have to tell a little kid they can't use their tail in the pool. Aw, for sure. I like that we have, like, there's rules out here and there's guidelines, because I don't necessarily, like, you know, when we were kids, and my little cousin, who sometimes pops by the stream, she could swim like you've never seen a kid swim like this. Like, she was more mermaid than me. actually really like fantasize about getting both my cousins into mermaid tails. I'd be like, you guys would be so good at this. Anyway, one day, if you guys are watching, one day we'll do it. But she was more mermaid than me as a kid, and I feel like, you know, it comes down to whether or not your child is responsible. You know, whether or not they've proven that they can be trusted to be safe around the water. I feel like that's the most important thing. And if you break that trust, you have like it'll be hard to earn it back. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know. Letting people who are irresponsible, like I went off on a little tangent yesterday on my Instagram. There's this kid who has a YouTube channel with like 1.9 million subscribers or something, posting videos about swimming, and it's super cute channel, okay, and I love the enthusiasm for swimming, but I feel like there should just be a little disclaimer at the beginning that, like, you know, I, you know, don't swim alone, and be safe, and, you know, maybe don't attempt the things you're about to see without, you know, proper training or proper practice or a safety spotter or things like that, because you know, let's not pretend that swimming is this foolproof, super safe activity. Now, I'd like to say that, like, swimming, you know, am I riding a motorcycle, or am I skiing, or am I riding a horse? Am I riding a bike? Am I just walking across the street? Yeah, it can be life can be dangerous, but if you're responsible and you do your due diligence and you use quality products, and you know, you do everything you can to stay safe, that's the important part. That's the important part. Anyone can be a mer person. Absolutely you can. Is easier to say, the general population is not a woman thing. When I say mermaid, I'm just referring to the group as a whole. I always feel like kind of bad when people are like, oh, you're being whatever. And I'm like, but no, but when I'm saying it, I'm not trying to say just like women who are mermaids. I always think that I'm trying to do the whole thing. Merfolk just sounds kind of like, I don't know, merfolk just doesn't really roll off the tongue. Merpeople is good. I like merpeople, mers, but mers is another one that's hard to say. Like, I feel like because it has an S at the end, it doesn't really roll off the tongue the same way that mermaid does. So hopefully I'm not offending anybody. I'm sorry if I am. I don't mean to. Would feel kind of bad if you thought that I was trying to offend you. That would kind of bum me out, but it's all in the interpretation, I guess. I'm not sure. ALFIE Otter Squad. Absolutely! Right? I love it. She was so nice. Yeah, we told her anyone at any age can do it as long as they do it safely. Yeah, that's the most important part. And, oh, on that note, it's actually time for me to wrap it up. Wow, that went by really quick, you guys. I did not actually realize that it was almost noon. So I have to go. It's late where I am. I have to go to school tomorrow. So bye. Well, it's good timing because we're all gonna go, and I gotta get back to work, emails to answer, all of that good stuff. So much going on. But yeah, so I will attempt to have one more video up this week. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Tail Talk Tuesday. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to join the pod, and don't forget to hit that bell notification as well so you never miss an upload. And yeah. And if you don't want to say goodbye just yet, you can swim over to patreonpod.com, where I am going to be doing some updates. I'm very excited about that. Today, I'm going to be getting some stuff out there. And do I have anything else to say to you guys? I want to thank you all so much for watching. And I love you, all my little fishes. And now it's noon. And now I'm going to go get the rest of my day rolling. So I hope you all have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, good night, all that good stuff. Oh no, the Purple Lotus! A super chat! Thanks for the time! Oh, you're so sweet, the Purple Lotus! Thank you so much. You are so kind. Oh man. Okay, my fishes, thank you again so much for watching. The Purple Lotus, you are such a rock star, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye, my fishes. And there's no ALFIE here for me to, like, focus on now for a second so the stream can catch up. Okay, I go. Bye, guys.